AK, Koalanoob, brother Gianni. What's going on with you, man? You look good. You feeling good? Congrats on the debut, man. How you feeling?
Thank you. Could be feeling better, of course, if we won, but we learned a lot from that series, and that's all that matters.
I agree. Now, first and foremost, happy birthday, big
Thank you.
2-2. Let's go. Okay, so maybe not necessarily the results you want on your birthday, right? But I think it's still cool as hell, though, right? That I think you are a prime example that the grind pays off, right? That's, I think, one big thing which a lot of players in NA can take from you, that because you started from the dirt in tier 3, bro. so
Yeah.
so you made it up here, brother, so which is really cool to see. Let's go talk a bit about about KC, all that stuff, right? KC, NaVi, what you guys going on? First and foremost, first Teho in the world. Y'all got that. The comps you guys are cooking is something I question and want to understand. Give me some more context behind the Teho pick, man.
To be honest, the team's very flexible, so being able to like run different comps to kind of like throw a team off, I guess similar to what KC does, is like always a plus.
Mm-hmm.
And Tejo, we kind of tried him like last second when we had the chance, and to be honest, we think it elevated the comp that we were running. Unfortunately, didn't pan out the way we wanted, but that was kind of like our mindset.
Okay, all right, which I agree, because I was thinking about Teo Sage, like there's something there for sure, but I honestly didn't see the vision just yet, but I'm excited to see more of it, because if there's one thing I can count on, is NaVi to cook with whatever y'all feel like, which is which makes games really interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm about that. But speaking of which, we were to the team a lot, but for you specifically, man, why NaVi? Right? Why this team? Why here?
To be honest, like once I found out about the NaVi opportunity, like my mind was like not 100% set, but I was very excited. Because Hero was a player that like a long time ago, like he was either M80 or Ghost. Like my agent talked to me about when we were looking for players, and like I always wanted to play with that guy. I think he's like super good at the game. Like he is so talented, and like now I have the chance to, and of course like happy being on M80. Like I loved him as a coach. Like being able to be with him again is something that like I'm really happy for. And once I scrimmed with the guys, like I knew it was gonna work very well. Like Angel is a great IGL. He's very like open to ideas. He's open to everything, and that's kind of like what elevates my style. And that's like just once I get momentum rolling, and once like I know what I want to do, like that's when I start to play my best. And Angel allows me to do that. And then on top of it, Ruxic and Xiao, like I mean, you can clearly see from the match, like they're both just so talented. Xiao's an insane clutcher. Ruxic's just a monster on smoke. So like overall, the roster is very good, and it sucks we weren't able to show what we did today, like what we really can do today, but it's all good. We have more matches coming up.
I agree, right? So that's the big part, right? Y'all got a whole season ahead of you. This is just the start, which is the biggest part. And I think you mentioned it too. So I found Angel somebody that people talked about a lot too, where have had questions on, have had eyes on, and as a leader specifically. Now I remember talking to Doom Bros in the past, and him mentioning constantly how Angel's one of the smartest people to touch this game, right? So, and which I don't necessarily doubt as well too, but I want you to tell me about your experience on working the Angels in IGL and just how his mind works.
I mean, to be honest, like I know a lot of people say stuff about Angel, and like I'm not even just saying this because he's my teammate now, but he has a very, very like I guess similar way to like that I view the game, and like I think it's very smart. Like I think he's a genius. Like the way he wants to call stuff and do stuff, like when we watch it back after, like it was like almost the perfect call a lot of the time, and unfortunately, it was more of like a fundamental issue I'd say today that we struggled with, and like once we work on that and we rewatch, I think it'll help elevate our game. But like Angel is an IGL, he's very positive. He's like has great ideas. He's very open to what the players want to do if they have any reads, and like that's everything you need. On top of that, he's a great leader, which is something that like IGLs maybe lack. Like you can be a caller, but like to be an actual leader inside and outside of the game is something that like a lot of like IGLs that are like trying to rise up maybe lack right now.
Yeah, exactly, right. Because I find there is more to it being an IGL than just calling strats and being in the game, right? That's been evident across the term as well too. Which, so on that note too, how would you find that you would perhaps like kind of like compare and contrast them to previous IGLs you've had in the past, such as John, Nismo, Zander, so on. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess all three IGLs were a little bit different. John at the time he just became kind of IGL with us, so like that was like more of like a work in progress. He was still a great IGL. He was more like kind of like straightforward with the stuff we wanted to do, but we had such a talented roster at the time that like as long as we like do the stuff correctly, like it'll still probably work if we do it. And like that was kind of proven until like the entire season until we lost to Guard in the finals. And then as for Zander, he is a very he's pretty similar to John, I'd say. Like a lot of similarities. Obviously they're teammates, so he probably learned some stuff when he went back to IGLing. He was like he tried to mix it up a little bit more. But something that like we did a lot last year on M80 was we had very again strong aimers, but we actually I think used it a lot more to our advantage, and we did a lot of like contact, and just like kind of like make your plays if you need to, and like Xander was very open with that, and I'd say they both have similarities to Angel, but like I can tell like the difference. Like Angel feels like a very real. Like obviously, I'm sure John and Xander's not IGLing anymore. John is still IGLing. I'm sure he like learned a lot more qualities and stuff. But like I can tell like Angel's like this is his role. Like this is what he wants to do. He's been doing it for. He said he's been playing esports for what like 15 years now. I was like 5 or 4 when he started. Like he like you can tell this is the role that he wants to do, and he suits it very well.
Exactly, yeah, because like Angel, I think, is a heavy OG in the scene, and just the fact that he's kept up all the years is truly a testament to like his skill, his mind, his ability to constantly evolve in a game like Valorant, right, which is constantly evolving too. Very cool to see as well. Now,
Yeah.
going a bit back to you though, right? Considering you sitting here right now in this chair, this media room on that stage, is this everything you thought it would be? Finally being at the highest realm of computing.
Yeah. I mean to be honest, like it feels pretty similar to like when I was in Mexico or Brazil. Like I would be lying if I said I wasn't like I was to be honest really wasn't that nervous. Like if I was talking to my coach and I said like out of all like the times I've been to a LAN and like had to play an official at a LAN or something, like this might be like top like 2 of like I feel no nerves really. And like I think I kind of proved that in the matches despite the second map scoreline and how the third map went. But like I was feeling very confident, and like this is my dream. Like you said, I've been grinding this since I was like in tier 3 dumps on Ghost, and I playing all the nights every day, and it's like it's something that I always wanted, and I really hope that like we like people still support us, and like one match doesn't define who we are. Like I can promise you that. Like we got all the jitters out. Like you clearly saw like little glimpses of talent from each player on this team, and like that's all we want to show, and I really believe that we can do it. Like everybody takes criticism and stuff very well. That's like the biggest thing. Sometimes teams don't take criticism very well. Sometimes like they react differently and like it doesn't work out. Like this team, like we've already had like talks and we've already done a lot of stuff, and everybody seems to be on a very good mindset. Like they were on like the past teams they've been on, they've been taught well.
Which
Like it's clear.
I don't. That's one thing that I remember. I thought about too. Even looking at when the roster formed, I was like, "There's a lot of individual pieces that are incredible here, but that I just need to see them come together, right?" I kind of feel like that a bit about KC and like even with BPL too. It's like there's just a lot of the teams in the EU I find are like a puzzle piece waiting to be put together essentially, and once that does form, it's gonna look immaculate, which is what I'm seeing here too. Now, a bit more on the lighter side, one thing that I know you mentioned that besides liking EU and being on stage, I've heard EU ranked is decrepit, brother. I've heard it is a nightmare that you cannot escape from, bro. How bad is it out there, man?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like there are games that are good, but like the thing is, the population in EU is so big.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot bigger than NA. Like NA doesn't even like have a 500 radiance at the end. So a lot of the games, like you're gonna know a lot of the people. In EU, like every game, I feel like there's like different people that you've never seen before, and like for me individually, like nothing happens to me. Like people are nice, like it's whatever. But like there are games where it's like round 2, round 3, like you lose pistol round, and you have like teammates telling each other like the craziest shit I've ever heard, and like I just sit there like, yo, like what is going on? Like we're 2 rounds in, chillax. Like we're gonna win this game. Just don't tell this guy to. I can't even say it on the interview. It's horrible. It's really bad. Like it's just like I assume like the worst thing you can say to people. I swear. Like, and I like the thing is like they're also really good players. Like EU has really good players. I either get 13-0 or I 13-0. Like there's a lot of talent. These guys just need to like chillax, take a chill pill.
Need to lock in. I know, man. I remember there was a lot of experiences seeing players stream and playing EU ranked and like see the comms that have happened. I was like, I found new ways to install myself that I never thought I did. It's truly impressive. Final question I have for you, man, is like, if you would be given like a couple of words, maybe a sentence to describe your teammates, including you specifically, what would you tell them? What would you say about them? What would you want to be known about them?
like individual. Okay, I'll start with I guess like hero, like just mechanical monster. Like
Mhm.
this guy's gonna win you rounds. Like he's gonna anchor and just kill 3, and you're
Mhm.
not even gonna know how it happened. Ruxic, also another mechanical beast. He knows how to play around his util so well. Like he's a pure smoker. He kind of gives me Zander vibes in that way.
Mhm.
Like they're so instinctive that like it just everything works out, and I love seeing that because it really does give me Xander vibes.
Yeah.
Angel genius. He always makes the like really like close to the right calls
Mhm.
or perfect calls, and I guess people just need to stop underestimating him. Like who cares about scorelines? Scorelines don't mean everything. And Xiao, I mean everybody knows this guy like just doesn't lose clutches really. Like
Yeah.
it's unreal how good he is at clutches. Like I get shocked every time I see it. It's really magical what I watch, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I agree. And you right now, Gianni, how as you stand, what is one thing that you would say about yourself?
I think I'm the best opera in EMEA. And I thought I was the best opera last year. I'm not egotistical. I'm not like a bragger, but if there's one thing that I know I'm very good at, it's opping, and I want to be able to show that this year, finally at the tier 1 level, so people can't say, "Oh, he's doing it in tier 2. Who cares?" I know I can be the best opera in this game. That's one thing I'm very confident in. So please keep supporting me. Please keep supporting NaVi. We will not let you down this year.
That's what I want to hear. Okay. It was a pleasure talking to you again, man. It's good to see your
Thank you,
face, bro.
Ravishing.
And I cannot wait for y'all season. I'm so excited, brother. Good luck to y'all, man. GG's.
Thank you so much, bro.